Hey guys, this is J Tutorials, and today I'm going to be back at SWTOR again, showing you my first experiences with 5.0. As many of you guys know, I've been pretty busy these past couple of months, and so I haven't been able to upload, but I gave it a try these past 2 days. I've given a lot of my specs a little run through, and so this video I want the first part to me just talking about my thoughts and my take on it for those of you who are curious, and then I'll be showing you the Arsenal Mercenary and Infiltration Shadow because those are my two most popular specs, and I wanted to give you guys a little taste for those of you who've wanted to see it these past couple months. Anyway, so in 5.0, my first initial thing is what I think most people's initial aversion to it was in 5.0, and that is the gearing system, the randomized gearing for your endgame PvP gear. And just off the top, I'm not a fan of this from what I've told, and again, as you can tell, none of these characters are hit the max level of 70 yet, but from what I've told, it's very, very hard to get a good stack of like the top end gear, and since it's randomized, you might, even if you're putting in the hours and you're putting in the time it takes, you might not get all the things that you need. And so for my channel, as you guys know, I like to show a lot of different characters. I have 8 of the different specs, or advanced classes, so that I can show all of the specs of the game. I really like playing a lot of different characters because it keeps the experience kind of fresh to me. But for this new gearing system, I'm just afraid that I'm going to have to sink so much time into getting one character geared that I can't have the diversity of my channel that I would like, but we'll see. What I am doing right now is, at the end of 4.0, I had some pretty good gear. I had some of the best endgame 65 gear, and right now the bolster is making me punch very hard. I don't know if you guys want to tell me in the comments if the hits and the heals I'm getting are a little bit more than normal, but it seems to me, despite number inflation, that I'm doing a lot of damage, especially in the Arsenal and Infiltration Shadow specs. The marksman, a sniper, got a little bit less than I wanted, but even the skank tanking is I got pretty big numbers. So the bolster, if for those of you who maybe don't have the time to gear, at least in the 65 to 69 range, you should be good if you want to give 5.0 PvP a try. So that's just the numbers on things. Changes wise, I have mixed feelings, but for the most part, it seems like they gave my specs, the specs that I play most of all, some love. The changes to the healing scoundrel or slash medicine operative wasn't really big, but I guess it's helpful. We've always healed less than sorcerers in PvP, and that's just been one of those things that you kind of accept and do your best about. And know your role. Your role isn't those big burst heals to keep one person alive, it's kind of keeping tabs on everyone. And although in this video I probably don't do a very good job, again, I haven't played in 6 months, but that's their kind of role. But I feel like 5.0 helped the healing smugglers a little bit better. But Arsenal and Infiltration Shadow, I really like how they're feeling right now. Arsenal's survivability is insane. The new changes to the Cult Overload, or whatever your big heal is, and your shield reflecting some force damage, I think, is just super, super powerful. I'm now able to just kind of be in the middle of people like I used to be in with my other characters, so that's really good to know. Infiltration, that one new ability, I haven't really figured out where exactly to put in my rotation yet. Again, for all my classes, I'll try to come up with a guide like I did in the winter of 4.0. But again, I don't really want to make a guide until I have a pretty good idea of the type of thing, so I don't have to keep correcting myself. I want to make sure I'm sure of the information I'm teaching you guys or telling you guys. So until I'm really sure about that, I probably won't come up with a guide. But yeah, as you can see in this game, I'm getting, like, I just got a 30k heat seekers without even going through my usual rotation because I just didn't do it very well. And as you can tell right now, I'm staying alive with the energy shield and my Cult to Overload. Yes, I have a healer on me, but really, I probably would have died in 4.0 from that, just based on where I was and how many people were attacking me, so that's really nice. I really like how in 5.0 you can have guards for all the advanced classes that have the potential to guard, and so not just the tanking specs can guard. And even though I think they try to make skank tanking or DPS tanking less viable in 5.0, I think there'll still be a place for that. So yeah, I know the big thing about my videos that make them different than everyone else's is just walking through what I'm doing. And so first of all, please excuse all of the mess ups I do in my rotation and in my positioning and just clicking the wrong moves at the wrong time. It's been a while, but for what it's worth, I'll start talking now and telling you what I'm thinking right now. So right now, up to this point in the video, I just focused on controlling mid. I wanted to make sure that as a range class, I could have tight control of mid, and so that our team could consistently get the ball every single time. But once we cleared everyone out and there didn't seem to be any melee classes that wanted to carry the ball, I picked it up, timed my hydraulic overrides so that they would carry me safely over the fire pit because you don't want to get stunned in the fire pit, then turned, rocketed out over the fire pit again. The one place where ball carrying is weak is over the hazards, and so by using hydraulic overrides and my rocket out, I basically made it so that he couldn't stop me. Then it's a quick DPS right. I slapped a net on him because I didn't want him to be able to steal this health thing. So I kind of pop my supercharge and go grab the healing thing and then start up my DPS again. Again, kind of keeping it at that perfect little 9-meter range distance. I duck back, hit him with a stun. This window keeps popping up. I'm not exactly sure how to get rid of it yet. If you guys want to tell me in the comments if you know, but I tried accepting the new chapter and it still pops up. I don't know why. But yeah, so now that we scored and got back safely, again, putting the pressure on all of the DPS over by mid, just so we can really lock that area down. I see that there's one more DPS over here, so I start to put some pressure on him. As you can see, usually it's not a good idea to stand next to this close to a ledge, but he was a smuggler, and you know that your classes that smugglers don't have to push back. And so since I was closer to the edge, I was able to switch targets quicker and just focus on doing more DPS. Again, I'm having a lot of downtime where I'm not attacking anyone, just trying to remember my keybinds and all that different type of stuff, but hopefully this is still informative in some way. Looking over, they have a lot of people pressuring our ball carrier. As a melee DPS, we don't necessarily even want to be that close to them. As long as they're within my 30-meter range, I don't want to focus on me. The healer and everyone's keeping the ball carrier up like he was able to force speed through. All my really job is to put pressure and take people down. As you can tell, I'm getting some decent progress. I put a stun on him, did some DPS, and when he started to turn on me, that's when I pushed him away because I didn't want him to force lift me, stun me, or do all that type of stuff. And so it was a simple DPS race against me and a Sork, and I was able to win just because of, I think, the way my gearing is set up, and maybe some other people were helping too. So as you can see, again, kind of keeping my high ground position, going and just clearing out the people as they spawn. This is a pretty one-sided game, but it was the best example that I can show. It was actually the second game that I played. I only played 1 or 2 games per character because I wanted to try everyone else out. So then I saw someone was attacking me, so I switched over a little bit and made sure I threw a net on him so he could run away, and then just did some DPS on him. One other person jumped on me and I didn't really want him to, so I pushed him away, but I got pushed by the assassin. So this is the point where I would be seriously screwed in 4.0, but I was able to hit myself with a couple big heals as I was running away. And then the real thing is hitting that pull to overload, and you can see I took in my discipline that's a little bit more effective, and so I was able to survive to the end of the game. So that was pretty good. So as you can see, even in my old here, I'm getting a heck ton of damage, and so it's just good to see going forward that one of my favorite specs is going to be pretty powerful in this new patch, and we'll see if they do anything about it. Alright, this thing is my infiltration shadow, and this is the second of the 2 specs I wanted to talk about a little bit more. And so, as you can tell, my movement's not great. Again, getting used to that G13 keyboard and everything. If you guys are at all interested in the way I keybind, or in just simple things, even if you don't want to take all of my suggestions, my last video that I posted on my channel is a big keybinding guide. There's a table of contents down below, so you don't have to watch the entire thing, just the parts that are interesting. But just simple things like targeting someone, how quickly I target someone in this, all of my games is done through the scroll wheel, and just little tips like that might help you. Again, I'm not doing a great job in this video of showing how effective the keybinds are, but if you look at my later ones, you can see that they help a lot. So again, as you can tell in this spec, I'm also hitting very well, even though the window keeps popping up. So we're getting a lot of good crits, and we're able to put a lot of pressure down. We have 2 healers in this video, so this we have a little bit of an advantage, but they have a pretty good sniper on. So again, just kind of doing some DPS. I tried to focus the sniper a little bit because he was one. I could quickly tell he was doing a lot of damage. He rolled away, so I force sped through that, and then positioned myself so I wouldn't get pushed off. Throwing a couple of quick things to DPS, and he's done. So now it's a nice 3-on-3, a little bit more fair. I decided I wanted to lift the other sorcerer over there, and then put pressure on their back line. I quickly switched targets so that I would attack the person that my other team was attacking, and so then we were able to make it go to a 3-on-2, and then finally a 2-on-2. My other guy's pretty low, and as you can tell, the healers have kept me pretty well topped out, so I didn't have to use my defenses. I made one guy bubble, put some more pressure, they took down my teammate, but I was able to make the other guy bubble, cleared the dots with the resilience, and did some more damage this way. As you can tell, now it's a 2v1, but if you notice the way I handled this situation, I am able to separate them first, then go down below, and right now this guy's about to hit me with a Force Leech, and Force Leech both heals him, so I don't want him to do that. I go in stealth, stun one guy, and then start the DPS on the other guy, break his heal, do some quick damage, and then I'm able to finish the other guy off. Now I go straight into stealth, and this is a good way for him to try to find me. He can't find me, so then I run behind him, able to do some DPS. At this point, I start popping some defenses because, again, I want to make sure I can finish this kill, and then I do my quick little finishing attacks. That's the first time I actually use, I think, my new ability because I'm just getting used to it. So hopefully this video is kind of interesting. As you can tell, I'm back. I'm definitely playing the game again. I'll try to post some more videos later. That's more of my usual style and hopefully up to my old skill level once I get back in the hang of things of SWTOR. But overall, I had a really great time playing Overwatch for a little bit of Overwatch when I wasn't so busy. We'll see if this game can hold up to how I usually liked it. I'm noticing that not a lot of people are posting videos, so I'll do what I can to kind of help the community, and we'll go from there. So I hope to see you guys again. As always, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.